Yeah. Thank you.
All right, we will go ahead and get started. Questions for Derek Fisher. We'll start with Rashawn Haylock with Spectrum.
Hey, Coach.
Hey, Rashawn.
What did you see in that second quarter that allowed them to kind of go on that run that they did?
I mean, to accurately speak to it, I'll have to, go back and look at it to like really, really connect to what, happened possession by possession. I think, I think we gave into, some fatigue a little bit, in that second quarter. And even as the first quarter went on, like we kind of lost that steam that we started the game with. Um, and we were a little shorter in our rotation tonight. And, I think that just kind of added up for us. KT picked up a couple early fouls. And, that kind of changed the complexion of some of the things we had going well for us offensively a little bit. But yeah, I'll go back and look and watch tonight and, and I think in more detail, probably be able to see some other things. I mean, obviously defensively that, we had some breakdowns at times, but, a team, like Dallas that plays as fast as they play and as talented as they are, like to hold them under 80 points, like we can't be overly, frustrated with what happened defensively. Like we just didn't put the ball in the basket, like, and I have to figure out a way to continue to create opportunities, efficient opportunities for players to score and our team to be able to score. And, I have to go back and look and see where I can do a better job there. And, I think our players are going to do the same thing and try to figure out how they can be better as well.
KT shot it well tonight. Another player, coming back after missing last season. How encouraging was that, and just in terms of her being able to, get back in rhythm?
Yeah, I mean, just to see her field goal attempts above 3 is a positive sign. So I think we did have better ball movement at times. We created some great opportunities for ourselves that we just didn't convert. And again, I have to figure out how to continue to help get us good looks and good opportunities, especially for KT. I think she's our best, perimeter shooter. And she's really good with the basketball. So, I just have to keep figuring out how I can help her and help our team get her more opportunities at the basket.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Chris Camello with Nightcast Media.
Hey, Coach, how are you?
I'm okay, Chris. I'm all right, man. Normally I'm good. I'm just okay.
No, I hear you, man. Yeah, two-part question. One, what is the status of Nneka's left knee? Obviously, she didn't play in the majority of that second half. And two, Bria is also struggling right now offensively. But Amanda said earlier today that she does a lot of things that don't always show up on the stat sheet. So I just wanted you to kind of comment on how pleased you've been with her play so far.
Yeah, I mean, I think that for Nneka, we'll get more, I think certainty of what exactly is going on. Like after she's examined, medically, I don't want to get in front of it. I don't think we're gonna, have any, major issues. I think she just like her knee hit the floor really hard and it just kind of felt, a little bit uncomfortable, when she started to continue to put some weight on it. So we'll see, once the docs here, get a chance to just kind of rule out some things here on the ground. And then of course, when we get back to LA and get a chance to see our docs and medical people, we'll take a closer look and we'll make sure we, get that information out to you as quickly as possible. But, Nneka's a trooper and, I think she's going to be fine. And hopefully we can get that, assurance and get that confirmed here over the next 36 hours. because we'll be right back at it on Thursday night, pretty quickly here. Yeah, Bria, no, I think that, Bria's identity is really about defensive intensity and energy, and her length and size, causes problems for people. And, a lot of times she's right in the middle of, some of the turnovers and some of the situations that are being created out there that maybe she doesn't get the steal or, the stat that comes with it. But she's doing the best job she can out there. It's an entirely new team, new situation. She's a mom. She's come back off, coming off of a knee injury last year. So, she's balancing a lot in this new situation. But she's been solid, and, she's not the only one that hasn't been able to find the basket at times. So, she's going to keep working at it just like the rest of us will. And, we're still finding some encouragement and some positivity here, because it can't be any worse for us in terms of being able to make open shots as a team. It's just not going in for us right now. And we've still had, some legitimate chances through a majority of these games, to be within a few possessions, late into second halves. And, if we can make some shots, maybe we can turn some things around and be able to string some wins together.
Thanks, Chris. Time for one more with Coach. We'll go to John W. Davis, Winsider.
Coach, when you have 9 players available and then you end up going with the 8-person rotation, looking for a little bit of insight, what's the thought process of starting, 3 of your traditional natural ball handlers and not necessarily having one available to come off the bench, although I know that Brittany Sykes can do that?
Yeah, I mean, I think tonight, wanting to get us off to a better start than, both of the starts in Chicago were poor. And, having that additional ball handler decision maker in there, I think it was really good for us. I mean, we started strong. It was hard for Dallas to keep up with our pace at the beginning of the game. And, and I think the rotation, even if all 3 of them start, like being able to get one out early. I mean, KT picked up a couple fouls, so that kind of made it natural to, end up getting her off the court and getting, Sykes into the game or another wing player. So, I think overall, that was fine. I think we just, again, have to continue to work to figure out, how do we continue to find the right balance, especially as, as numbers get lower, right? It automatically means that people are going to play more minutes. So, whether they're starting or coming off the bench, we just finding a way to, to build some consistency into, into our play. But, yeah, good question. Again, I think also like having somebody else out there that was comfortable with the basketball in their hands, like Coop. I think that led to Christy having a few more opportunities. Because that's a third person that can get places with the basketball, forces the defense to react, and then we can get the ball out to KT at times when she's off the ball and get her some more opportunities. So we'll look at it. Main thing is for us to, get healthy, stay positive, travel back to LA safely, and get ready to go for Thursday night.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks.
All right. Questions for Christy Tolliver. We'll start with Rashawn Haylock with Spectrum.
Hey, Christy. Coach talked about you just getting more shots up tonight, and it worked out for you. How do you see yourself, maybe finding a rhythm here?
That's it. Just finding the rhythm. I've always been an efficient player. So, when I do get those shot opportunities, good things usually happen. So it's just a matter of, us still learning one another, how to play with one another, understanding how to set people up, how I need to set people up to get looks. It's both ways, but tonight was, a good night for me offensively. And as far as us developing rhythm and understanding, that was a positive takeaway.
As for the team, what did you see that happened in that second quarter that allowed Dallas to make that run?
Yeah, I mean, they were the aggressor. I thought we started off strong as far as setting the tone, setting the pace in the right way, defensively being active. Basketball is a game of runs, and Dallas had theirs for sure. We expected that, but we struggled in shot selection offensively, and so that made us struggle getting back on defense. I think that was the biggest thing. Good shots for us lead to our defense, where obviously we're very strong and take a lot of pride in, but we had several moments where we were just kind of lost, and we couldn't figure it out as a group, and that kind of led to things not going well on the other end, and that's where obviously we take a lot of pride in, so we can't allow offensive looks to dictate that, but at the same time, again, it's just a work in progress of understanding what a good shot is, and let the defense take care of itself after that.
Thank you.
Chris Camello, Nightcast Media.
Hey, Christy, how are you?
Good, good.
Christy, I just wanted to kind of get your take on Bria Holmes and what she's brought to the team. I know right now she's in an offensive struggle, and Fisher had talked about still trying to get everyone in an offensive rhythm. Obviously, you just spoke on that as well. But what is she bringing to the table that is a positive in your opinion?
Yeah, I like Bria's game a lot. She's really long. She's athletic. She can get to the paint. She can shoot the three. Defensively, she can, guard 1 through, 4 or 5, depending on, who's out there. So she makes it difficult on both ends for the opponent. And, again, she's just another one, just having to find the rhythm. Hopefully, she's not overly upset, about her performance tonight. I think, the more opportunities that we get used to one another and get used to those kind of shots and get used to the looks, the more easily it'll come and the more natural it'll come, because she's a great player. She's a great teammate. She brings a lot on both ends of the floor. And so we got to utilize that. And she just has to, remain confident and trust in herself and her abilities, because we all do. So I only expect, better things from her.
John Davis with Winsider.
As a knowledgeable player and an experienced player, is there ever a time when you have a little voice in your head that's saying "Ooh, I should just go ISO and just get this bucket"? Are you ever trying to balance? I don't want to call it a demon, but that little voice in your head.
Yeah, and that has been one of my struggles offensively, of just finding and understanding that balance. Because for me, I've never kind of been that kind of player. I've always, operated in the system and been very much a system player. But I also have to understand where, you have to kind of take over in certain moments and be comfortable with that. And so that's a growth part for me as well. And something that I'm really looking forward to. And that's honestly something that I want to, communicate with our coaching staff about, of just kind of understanding when those moments are and feeling comfortable in them. But yeah, I do have those, should I just, go do my thing? But naturally I just love playing and utilizing everybody. So it is that battle. I do have those demons a little bit, but I understand too that sometimes it's the services that I need to ISO a little bit. So just communicating through all that with our staff and our team. Yeah, that's on me to be better with.
Thank you.
Thanks, John. Time for 2 more with Christy. Megan Hines with the Suave Report.
Hi, Christy. I just wanted to ask, with tonight's game and like the rest of the road trip you guys had, what are some things that you guys can take away from this trip and apply it to the rest of like the season and the next couple of games as well?
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously great things that happen, during this trip, even tonight. Good things come out of losses as well. I think, we were able to establish ourselves and our identity on the defensive end big time on this trip. Chicago felt us, over the weekend. Dallas felt us at times. But there's always growth. There's always a learning curve. This is a process, and we all understand that, and that's something that Fish, harped on after the game of just, we're in a construction zone right now, so it's gonna take time. It's not gonna be perfect, but I think throughout the course, especially when you're on the road and you get battled and tested, it's not easy to beat anybody on the road, and so the fact that we were able to come out with 2 wins and come back home and be excited to take care of home court. We're looking forward to that, but just understanding the process, understanding that this is going to take a little bit of time. But I think understanding our identity and continuing to build our identity is something that we've started to establish here on the trip.
Last one with Christy, Gabby Ducharme with LASparks.com.
Hey, Christy. Thanks for being on tonight. Tough loss, of course, but I'm just curious if you're aware at all that you just passed Tamika Catchings for 7th overall in WNBA history for 3-pointers made. What's your first reaction when you hear that you just passed a Basketball Hall of Famer, on a list like that?
Yeah, well, that's special. I personally don't pay attention to any records or any things. But whenever you're in the company of Hall of Famers, that's a special thing. And it's something that I've, been working towards, my entire life, especially shooting the basketball. So very cool, very special. I'm more concerned about, I want to get wins. So would have been a little better if it happened on a win, but again, when you're in company like that, it is a very special thing.
Thank you.
Thank you, Christy. Questions for Taya Cooper. We'll start with Rashawn Haylock with Spectrum.
Hey, Taya. Obviously not the results you wanted tonight, but
There's
looking
a
at
commercial. Wait. There's a commercial.
Hear me? Can you hear me now?
Oh, that was us. Sorry about that.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Obviously not the results you wanted tonight, but you split the 4 games on the road here. What are some takeaways? Things that you can build off of, as you return back home.
I think as a team, there's so much positive to look at, and we're new. We're all learning each other. This is only our what was the game? 5th game, and we have a lot to learn about each other. We have a lot to learn about what Fish wants. So I mean, I think personally, I can do better. I can add more to the team, and we have a lot to look forward to. This is just the beginning.
Talking about yourself, what are some of those things you feel you can add personally?
Just getting in the flow of things. I think today I kind of flowed a little better, but my shot, just being decisive and playing like me, like just getting back to myself, and knowing that they believe in me and feeding off that and bringing the energy that I normally bring.
Awesome. Thank you.
Gabby Ducharme with LASparks.com.
Hey, Taya, tough loss tonight. Thank you for being on today, though. Just want to ask, looking ahead, you guys are about to face Chicago for the third and fourth time in the last, what will be 5 games. What are your thoughts going into, the next 2 games against the team that you just picked up your 2 first victories on the season?
I would say I haven't really thought about that because we just played a game, but thinking about it now, I would have to just say like, you know, the things that we focus on before the game to just focus on that and let everything else take care of itself. And energy and effort and just heart shouldn't be questioned at any moment during the game. And then just feeding off that and everything will work itself out.
John W. Davis with Winsider.
How did you feel playing 30 plus minutes today? And, how comfortable are you going forward playing minutes like that, but also being asked to, get up and down and, push this ball up the court?
I'm very comfortable. I felt like good. I wasn't tired. I wasn't like, when it's like a big stretch in minutes, it could make you feel that way, like you're not in shape. But I was good. I felt good. It wasn't the outcome we wanted, but I personally, like in shape wise, I felt good. The minutes didn't really get to me physically. I enjoyed it. I mean, not the outcome, but being out there.
Thanks, John. Time for one more with Taya. Navier Grimes with LASparks.com.
Hi, Taya. Thank you for coming on tonight. You guys are playing games back to back at this point. Is there anything in particular that you're doing to keep yourself physically and mentally, motivated and solid and put together for all of these games back to back?
I don't think it's something specific. I think that, just being here and having the opportunity to, play for the Sparks, be in the league, and just being present. Like, we're having the WNBA season. It's not in the bubble. There's so much things to be positive about. I think that the fact that I get to play another game is what fuels me. Like, it's the little things and just being appreciative of that, I think gets me on to the next, moving along. Like, that one's gone, can't go backwards. So, just looking forward to the next day and just taking it one day at a time.
Awesome. Thank you, Taya.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great night.